Hey ladies, this is Mocha Mommy here bringing you another video. And I typically don't make response videos to negative, low vibrational comments. I typically don't do something like that. But I felt as if there was a need for me to further extrapolate the problem with the Biles Owens situation, right? Um, the problem was they didn't protect their brand. Okay. You have to be very fiercely protective of your relationship if you're going to decide to commodify that relationship. Now, there are some couples who have successfully commodified their relationship. Particularly, I'd like to think in particular Steph and Ayesha Curry. They've had some successful steps in commodifying their relationship and commodifying their family. Not always, but there's been some successful steps. And couples who chose not to commodify their relationship, particularly Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen, right? Never really letting the public in to their very private life. Now, a lot of you had some really good comments. And one comment in particular that really struck out to me was how there was a comparison between Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens' relationship versus another gymnast NFL couple in Shawn Johnson and Andrew East. This couple has been very protective of their brand. In fact, they have done podcasts and they've even started their own podcast and YouTube channel so they can control their messaging to the world as opposed to being interviewed by someone. And when they are interviewed by someone, they pretty much stay on subject. They're very short and concise interviews, not whole hour and a half long podcasts that can leave them open to giving away too much information. And they're also strategically timed. It's usually right around the time when Shawn Johnson has some kind of correspondence duty for a big gymnastics event. It drums up publicity. And also they were really strategic to give a lot of interviews and access to their children and those pictures when they release their toy line. So you always want to make sure that you are protecting your brand and capitalizing off of anything. Because if you really think about it, Jonathan Owens had some momentum, right? Because if Atlanta had lost and Minnesota had won, we'd have a very different discussion about Green Bay right now. Green Bay was a walking soap opera between the Mike McCarthy, the Aaron Rodgers. It was a walking soap opera and everybody was wanting to know what happened in that locker room. And you're getting overshadowed by, I didn't know who she was, by some lie that you told, right? You could have been really capitalizing. Free safety, that's the position he plays. They don't get very long-term contracts, 3 to 5 years at most. And he's on year 4. Like you could have capitalized. And another person who's capitalized off of a flash in the pan moment probably had to be Tommy DeVito of the New York Giants. So you have to remember, this is the second worst defense in all of the NFL. The team is 5-10. Tommy DeVito's a third string quarterback. And he had one of the fastest selling jerseys over the Christmas holiday season. Why? Because he had 3 good games. And he talked about how much he loves his mom and how he even lives at home. He's from New Jersey, so he's a local player, and how much he loves his mom's Italian cooking and he still lives at home. And he just definitely capitalized on that hashtag boy mom trend that's going around. Hashtag boy mom. Him and his mother did. And he had one of the best selling jerseys on a losing team. Tommy DeVito. Okay. And these are the types of things that you need to capitalize on if you have those flash in the pan moments. Now, this is a third string quarterback who probably doesn't have a long-term contract, who probably is going to be up for free agency, who can leverage that now. And Jonathan Owen has to do damage control for telling a lie. Now, for those of you who think that social commentary YouTube is this huge windfall, like all this red pill talk or gender war stuff, it does not yield anywhere near the money that sportscasting YouTube, hobbyist YouTube, gaming YouTube, tech sales YouTube, and product placement, it does nothing. It's a drop in the bucket compared to what other sectors of YouTube are doing. In fact, my channel has very few subscribers, but, what I did, over the World Series, instead of like recording my own videos, I was just watching like the World Series and other sports clips because, of course, the playoff contending teams and the World Series winners teams were in my time zone, watching games and tagging highlights for other sports YouTubers or sports affiliated podcasters because they can't possibly watch every game in every time zone. So just being able to come up with catchphrases and tagging important highlighting moments ended up yielding a little bit of chunk of change for me. And it was just more lucrative than doing social commentary YouTube. So, if you guys are thinking that he's going to come into a windfall, because he can do some male pandering YouTube, those sectors of YouTube don't make as much as you think. You got to remember that YouTube gives you $1,000 for 100,000 watch hours. So that's a lot of watch hours before you even make $1,000. And TikTok is what, 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views. So again, it's not the windfall that you think it is. And also too, if someone can clip your content and then put it on their platform and proliferate it, sometimes they'll watch those videos before they'll watch yours, right? Because of fair use. So other YouTubers can make more money off of your content than you can as a content creator. So again, these are not the windfalls that people think they are. So if he may have won in this virtual, gender war, but trust me, the Owens Biles team has lost the bag. Now, I've had some personal experience with this myself. I'm married to a former professional athlete, and I have a daughter who is going to play sports on the next level. And we've had to really guard our reputation. A lot of my husband's close friends, childhood friends, people who were very involved with my children and their sports life, now that things like signing day are coming up and things like that, we have to be strategic about who we let access her and tag her in social media in this era of name, image, and likeness. Why? Because there have been players who are very prominent, who we've known, who are family friends, but one in particular has a proximity to performance enhancing drugs. So as much as we'd like for him to be involved, he's been involved with my daughter since she was very young. He's my husband's childhood friend. I've known this guy for over 20 years. He's a pretty prominent player. He is well connected, but we have to be careful about how we interact with him publicly and on social media simply because of his proximity to performance enhancing drugs and the steroid scandal. So those are just examples of how you have to protect your brand. And I just want you ladies to always be conscious of your reputation, conscious of your what you've worked so hard to build. And if you are going to use social media and other media outlets to further your business, just be careful, think about it, make a video, and then sit on it for 24 hours before you release it and re-edit. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the doing current events or celebrity gossip, because it has to move so fast. And I just want to just encourage you ladies to really think about it, be strategic about yourself on social media, because it could be a great opportunity, but could also be a costly one. So this is Mocha Mami, and I'll see you in the next video.